Hi guys, welcome back to Rozieland and Shabbat Shalom. We're going to jump right in where we left off. Exodus 18 is where we're starting. Exodus 18, King James in the Message version, and we're just gonna jump right in, guys. I know I was gonna give you this whole where I've been thing, but honestly, God is telling me to keep my mouth closed. He's telling me not to say anything about my life because I have had experiences with monitoring spirits and gang stalking and just people being nosy that don't like me. So it's really weird. Not really going to get into any of that, but for my own protection, God is telling me to stay silent about that and just focus on His Word. And so that's what I'm going to do. Shabbat Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. And I'm going to start with Exodus chapter 18, King James Version, and the Message, starting with King James. Exodus chapter 18, King James. Jethro. When Jethro the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom. For he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer. For the God of my father, said he, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses in the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. And he said to Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, have come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and did obedience and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' son-in-law, and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses, his father-in-law, before God. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? They sittest thou thyself alone? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning until even? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God, and when they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away both thou and this people that is with thee, for the thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it. thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. But thou for the people to God ward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them the ordinance of laws, and thou show them the way wherein they must walk, the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide all of the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands and rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, rulers of tens. Let them judge the people at all seasons, and it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way to his own land. I'm going to go right to the King James Version. Excuse me, the Message version. Exodus chapter 18, the Message. Jethro, priest of Midian and father-in-law to Moses, heard the report that all God had done for Moses and Israel, his people. The news that God had delivered Israel from Egypt. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, had taken Zipporah, Moses' wife, who had been sent back home, and her 2 sons. The name of one was Gershom, sojourner, for he had said, I am a sojourner in a foreign land. The name of the other was Eleazar, God's help, because the God of my people is my help and saved me from death by Pharaoh. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought Moses' sons and his wife there in the wilderness where he was camped at the mountain of God. He had sent a message ahead to Moses. I, your father-in-law, am coming to you with your wife and 2 sons. Moses went out to welcome his father-in-law. He bowed to him and kissed him. Each asked the other how things had been with him. Then they went into the tent. Moses told his father-in-law the story of all that God had done to Pharaoh in Egypt in helping Israel, all the trouble they'd experienced on the journey, and how God had delivered them. Jethro delighted in all the good that God had done for Israel in delivering them from Egypt's oppression. Jethro said, Blessed be God, who delivered you from the power of Egypt and Pharaoh, who has delivered his people from the oppression of Egypt. Now I know that God is greater than all gods, because he's done this to all those who treated Israel arrogantly. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a whole burnt offering of sacrifices to God. And Aaron, along with all the elders of Israel, came and ate the meal with Moses' father-in-law in the presence of God. The next day Moses took his place to judge the people. People were standing before him all day long from morning to night. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, What's going on here? Why are you doing all of this? And all by yourself, letting everybody line up before you morning to night? Moses said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me with questions about God. When something comes up, they come to me. I judge between a man and his neighbor in teach them God's laws and instructions. Moses, his father-in-law, said, "This is no way to go about it. You'll burn out, and the people right along with you. This is way too much for you. You can't do this alone. Now listen to me. Let me tell you how to do this, so God will be in this with you. Be there for the people before God, but let matters of concern be presented to God. Your job is to teach them the rules and instructions, to show them how to live, what to do, and then you need to keep a sharp eye out for competent men, men who fear God, men of integrity, men who are uncorruptible, and appoint them as leaders over groups, organizations by the 1,000, by the 100, by 50, by 10. They'll be responsible for everyday work of judging among the people. And they'll bring the hard cases to you. But the routine cases, they'll be the judges. They will share your load, and that will make it easier for you. If you handle the work this way, you'll have the strength to carry out whatever God commands you. And the people in their settings will flourish also. Moses listened to the counsel of his father-in-law and did everything he said. Moses picked competent men from all of Israel and set them as leaders over all the people who were organized by the 1,000, by the 100, by 50, by 10. They took over the everyday work of judging among the people. They brought the hard cases to Moses, but in the routine cases, they were the judges. Then Moses said goodbye to his father-in-law, who went home to his own country. So that's the end of